Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, I've got a bunch of videos and a bunch of audios attached to this clip. And before I even get into them, please be aware that the audio clips are unsubstantiated. Please understand that they are unsubstantiated. But I would be reckless not to alert people to them actually being out there, because if they are what is going to happen on Monday in particular, then at least people are warned and prepared. Okay, so look, as I say, these are unsubstantiated audio clips, but they come from several different sources saying the same thing, which is highly concerning. Before we actually get to those particular audio tapes, I just want to share some reports that I've received following the chaos that happened, in particular in KwaZulu Natal over the last few days. Let me just get to that information. In fact, before I do, I'll play you this audio clip so that you can actually get the gist of what we're talking about.
Okay guys, this is officially confirmed. I am leaving Clearwood now. Apparently this is with regards to that container of ammo that went missing and got redirected towards Durban. There's a huge mass of people that's gathering in Mobeni, obviously not Indians, that are fully armed, and yeah, so they're gonna disperse from there to different areas, be it Clearwood, Montclair and Chatsworth. It's gonna start from there and go forward. This is actually we liaised with special forces guys, so yeah, so we were told to evacuate the premises in Clearwood as well now. So yeah guys, just be careful, beware tonight. Get your loved ones inside, do whatever you gotta do now. We still have 1 or 2 hours maybe before shit happens, if it does happen, but yeah, just be careful.
Now the looters, the criminals, these anarchists who have in the last week totally pillaged large parts of Durban and the surrounding areas, are threatening to come back. And one of the things that's emboldened them is that the police just disappear like rats who have been tracked. They just disappear into the bush. They just don't help at all, which is emboldening the people who are causing all the chaos. And I'm going to play you a video clip now where you'll hear an Indian lady complaining to the police, saying, "Where the hell were you when we needed you?" This was earlier tonight in Durban.
Police is coming here in 710 and taking out barricade. When you need them most, they're not here. Now they come here and they behave like bloody bullies. All the bullies, 710. Look at them, making me remove the damn barricades. All of them. When we needed y'all, you wasn't here. You wasn't here when we needed y'all. You wasn't here for us, and now you'll come here.
No one was here.
You never was here for us. Huh? Look at y'all, like big bullies. Big bullies coming now. Now you're coming. Now you're coming for what?
How many vehicles?
You never was here for us.
What amount of vehicles?
So many. Huh? You don't have resources. You don't have petrol.
It's over now. It's over. It's over.
Huh?
It's over now. Let's go.
This is not over. This is not over. This is not over. SAP. Look at
All
y'all.
over now. Let's go. Let's go. So we don't make unnecessary. Sunday now. Let them go.
Huh? We needed you the whole week. You wasn't here.
Now, it wasn't just Durban that was ransacked. Pietermaritzburg was. A lot of the small towns were. Greytown apparently was ransacked. That's where I used to live. Empangeni was completely trashed. Apparently every single shop was looted. There's absolutely nothing left in Empangeni. Same in Ashawi. The South Coast, little towns, they're going to be targeted next. We'll get to that shortly. Now, allegedly, they're going to be targeted next, although they have already been targeted over the last week. Let's start off with Pietermaritzburg. And this is a first-hand report. And this guy says, I've just returned from a drive around Pietermaritzburg. The area where you used to live in Pilot Road looks like the middle of a township. Roads have been blocked with trees, grass is black from fires, and the town looks so littered you don't even recognize it anymore. There is no petrol at all. The petrol stations, there is only diesel. It's really a horror experience to see the aftermath of the trail of destruction. Now, what has happened is a very, very small percentage of the goods that were looted have been recovered. And I'm going to show you two video clips, one which is goods recovered in Pietermaritzburg, and the other one is goods recovered, I believe, in the Durban area. Let's have a look at those, then we'll get to the audio tapes and what's going on.
Staging of fire. Gunfire. Yes. Live.
The army is doing Operation Clean Up in the east. At Eastwood Hall, all from the locations. Loaded. Loaded, loaded, loaded. Carol's out, watching the scene.
Okay, this is what's gone down in the last week, and this is a report. What has gone down is the greatest heist in history, not common looting. 1 million rounds of ammunition were stolen, destined for Cape Town. Why was it sent to Durban? Now, I just want to talk a bit about this ammunition. It was actually 1.5 million rounds of ammunition, and apparently there was a whole lot of guns there as well, in this big container, which was under the control of the South African Police Service, but somehow it magically disappeared. And in the audio tapes, you'll hear allegations and unsubstantiated statements that those guns and ammunition are now in an African township called Mabeni, where the African population are now being handed out guns and ammunition. This is absolutely shocking. This is the state of play, allegedly, in the Durban area now. Let's continue. Value Logistics cleaned out and other depots, bulk long-life food to feed and sustain an army for a long period of engagement. Macro and game hit for camping and cooking equipment and gas canisters. Electronic items taken to set up military control centers. Cell phone towers robbed of senders for an army's comms network. Surveillance equipment from Macro and other electronic stores like Macro, Mustec, cameras, computers. Solar panels taken in well-organized teams to power those control centers. In many cases, the big stores or depots were hit the night before and the doors left open for the morning mobs. Trucks were used to remove the equipment. These mobs were directed by social media where to go, on foot, take what you want, you deserve it, poor people. The burning of malls and factories was sometimes preceded by sounds of detonation, so looters have incendiary grenades. Looters want the goods. Why would they burn? The burning was to cover tracks of what was taken. ATMs were cleaned out of cash by technicians who entered codes before calmly picking the cash or packing the cash. Cash to be used to buy further equipment and food for an army on the go. Huge amounts of tires were taken and only a fraction have been recovered. Huge amounts of chemicals, medicines and antibiotics have been taken. An army has been equipped. Now, that's just one of the reports that people have put out there. And I just wanted to include that in this video because, as I say, the audio tapes that are coming now are absolutely horrendous. And they're from various people suggesting that on Monday, the main phase 2 attacks are going to happen, specifically in KwaZulu Natal, in the coastal areas, including Durban. Why the ANC government are not doing anything about this, why the police aren't acting against the people who are causing the trouble, it looks like they are complicit, quite honestly. Anyway, let's continue. This is a further report, and these are the demands being made by the anarchists in KwaZulu Natal. Let's listen. What have we just watched? A coalition of Jacob Zuma loyalists, known as Free Jacob Zuma, delivered a list of their demands via a virtual address on Friday, imploring the state to free the jailed former president. But it doesn't stop there. Now, in the audio tapes that follow, you'll hear the allegations that on Monday they're going to do a bust on the escort prison, and while they trash that small town to get Jacob Zuma out of jail. That is the allegation, unsubstantiated, in the audio clips that follow. Free Jacob Zuma campaign lists their demands. Amongst other things, the group also wants to see lockdown restrictions lifted completely. Indeed, it seems like being a supporter of Jacob Zuma these days means you have to pretend COVID-19 isn't a